So I had been thinking and hesitating on whether, I wanted to talk about this. And then one day I heard it very clearly that I was supposed to share it. But I've kind of like delayed sharing it just because, anyone's passing isn't hard to share, no matter how, long it's been, no matter who it is. It's not easy to share. I didn't know Nip personally. I never met Nipsey. And I actually wasn't really aware of his music too much until after he passed away. Of course, I knew people who knew him, but, it's LA. LA isn't that big. So, it's not a shock, but he came through after he passed away. And as you guys know, I'm a medium. I had that gift of seeing and hearing and sometimes, being able to communicate with people who passed on. I'm not someone who goes and conjures people or spirits. It's just not who I am. I was brought up Christian. I wouldn't consider myself to be in any religious category or box just because I don't completely agree with everything that's, taught or how people act and react to certain things in the world that are within those religions. I do believe in God though, and I know ancestors and souls are real. So that's just how I wanted to start this video. But Nipsey, I came on here to talk about Nipsey Hussle, and today is his birthday. So happy birthday to ancestor Nipsey Hussle, Ermias Joseph Asghedom. A true king, really a true king. I have never came across a soul like his. I don't know how to explain it. His soul is very different, you guys. But I was told that his soul is high ranking, and I feel it. I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but he has a very evolved soul. His soul is old, it's ancient. I honestly wouldn't be shocked if Nipsey, if Ermias didn't really have to come back here. Unless he wanted to. This is a soul that was already ahead of his game, already ahead of his time, knew what he was sent here to do, and went after it. And I'm not saying that he knew everything, because, when we take on this human experience as a soul, we're here to learn. We're here to write whatever we need to, write, learn whatever we need to learn, do whatever we need to do. And he did just that. He exceeded I'm hearing he exceeded his expectations, his soul's expectations of himself. He did what he was sent here to do. And everyone around him had a soul contract with him. It was all about his soul tribe coming together to help him fulfill the mission that he needed to fulfill. And also for him to do that because it's going to help inspire and it's going to help motivate other people to also fulfill their life purposes, all right? It all happened for a reason. Every person in his life, his friends, his family, it was all meant to play out the way it was supposed to play out in his life. And his life it's like a lesson, it's kind of like, how people see sometimes Jesus or Buddha as an ascended master. He's very much close to that in a way because his life, you could see where he evolved. It's like you could see the evolution of Ermias Joseph Asghedom, his growth. And he talks about it all in his music. He definitely does leave a blueprint for people. He's just a very evolved soul. He really accelerated his soul journey. He accelerated it, and it's very unfortunate and it's sad that we don't have him here because he is a soul that I definitely feel, this is my opinion now, definitely feel that Nipsey Hussle could have done some really amazing things had he, had a longer, lifespan here. This is someone who would have really encouraged more people. He already has, but he was seen as a threat, okay? This is a high vibrational soul being in a lower dimension. And he's going to always have, people trying to oppress him, trying to stop him from, finishing his life purpose. And what they didn't realize is they didn't stop him. You can't kill a soul. Souls never die. Kings don't die. And they didn't know what they were messing with. They thought that he was just some, intelligent black man that they were afraid of. He's bigger than that. This is a huge soul. This soul is powerful. And they thought that they could just end him, and that's not true. Nipsey's soul is very much still alive. He's known to come to people who are gifted in different mediums and psychics. He's continuously came to me for years, telling me to write things down, telling me to keep note of things. At first, he came to me to express how much he missed his family and his friends. Then he started giving me motivation. He told me something about my mom that I needed to know. He just came through with a lot of information. I really hold his soul very high, at a high regards. Okay, you guys really don't understand. I respect his soul so much, and I never want to disrespect his family. They seem like beautiful people. I don't know them, but I'm wishing them the best because I know this has to be hard, especially for his children, and his siblings, and his parents. It's just his family and his friends. I'm sending them so much love because he misses them. And he's always with them, but he misses them. One thing that he really wanted me to get across for the longest, and continuously even today, he mentions a lot about his family and his children. But there's something about Sam, his brother, that I think there's something that he wanted to communicate with Sam. Because over the years, he's just been like, Sam, 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 Sam. And I'm just like, okay. There was something that he still is trying to get to Sam. So I wouldn't be shocked if Sam will start having dreams or visions of his brother, or he'll start having random people telling him different things, and it's going to fit to what he needed to know about his brother, or what his brother wanted to communicate to him. He's very proud of his brother. He's really proud of his brother. And he said there's no better way for things to have gotten done, to have been done. He's very happy. He talks about his other friend. There's a friend of theirs that was murdered, who was also a part of their team. He talks about him too. They're all so proud of how far they've come, okay? And they want everyone to stay clear. And I'm hearing stay legit. I don't know why he's saying this, like stay clear. I think he's playing. I'm telling you, his soul is very different. He's playful. He's wise, you guys. He's really wise. Very confident, straightforward, very motivational. I'm telling you, this isn't a normal soul. This soul is like a warrior soul. I'm not sure how to categorize him. I wouldn't categorize his soul, but he's not just, and I don't want to make light of people when they pass away, but when people pass away, you're like, okay, this soul passed away, rest in peace to this person. Nipsey isn't a soul that just passes away and then you're just like, okay, well, he passed away. No, Nipsey's soul is a soul that had a higher purpose for being here, and he's still at a high rank. He's like at a really high ranking where he is. There's different dimensions. He's able to go in between. He was for the longest, and he's still able to communicate. So, if I could kind of describe him, he's very warrior-like, which kind of fits to how he was here on earth. But he has a warrior spirit, a very strong spirit that's very protective, and he's very nurturing, but yet protective. Very masculine. He kind of gives me like a vibe of Archangel Michael. He's like a kind of like a stem, like a branch off. Like I don't know if I would consider him to be something angelic. I may put him in an angelic category, not an archangel, nothing like that, not that high. But Nipsey isn't a high-ranking soul. Okay. He's got some type of high ranking, and you don't play with souls like that. You don't play with souls like that. He has the ability and the power to communicate with other people, and other souls. Still does. And for a while after he passed away, he lingered here for a while, you guys. He was very worried about his family. He didn't like the way things went down, but he knew that it had to go down that way. There's more to that story than what people, know, what meets the eye. That was a hit job. That man was paid to do that. Not saying that man wasn't jealous. He definitely was jealous. He took the job. But it's more to that story. And there's more to, even after that, there's more to it. It's just a lot, but he won't give me all the details. He stopped right there. He didn't want me to know too much. But Nipsey really, he loves his family. He is continuously watching over his little girl and his little boy, his siblings, Lauren, all of them, his family. But he's trying to communicate with them. So it's very important that they stay clear-minded and that they have discernment about who's around them, who knows anything, just kind of keep their circle small and tight. Just because you got people trying to, get close to them, and he just wants to protect them. And he is protecting them, but they should really start, I'm not saying that they don't, they probably do, meditating more and praying more, getting clear, because I feel like he's trying to send them messages via dreams and visions, like different stuff. And he's saying that he'll move things so that they'll see it. Like, okay, let me move this. Let me do this. He's saying something may come up missing. Something in the store. He says something may come up missing. So I'm seeing like a factory. So if something's moved in a factory and they're like kind of confused and they don't feel that anybody did anything, it could be possible that he's trying to get their attention, that he's there. Okay. This soul comes through and he's beautiful, you guys. His soul is so powerful and so loving, so beautiful. Very caring, very caring. He's just like, it's hard to talk about him because I feel for any child that has to lose their parent. Y'all already know it's touchy for me because my mother's birthday is August 14th. She was raised on Crenshaw. She was raised on 5th Ave in Crenshaw. Different generation. My mother, would have turned 60. And then, the next day, Nipsey's birthday is August 15th. My mom passed away in 2018. And the fact that he came through after he passed to tell me something about my mom got me really tripped up. But I thought about how interesting is it to be in such close proximity to someone. And maybe you have come across them, maybe you haven't, but I think about his children and how hard it is to lose a parent. And I think about how powerful his soul is and how intelligent and how wise he was and how much his children could have benefited from having him here, with them. And that to me is just, that's where I get confused about life. I'm like, how does someone make it that far? All of his struggle, the struggle of that whole team, how did they make it so far? And then he's taken from them, and the way he's taken from them. Like, why did it have to happen that way? And we won't always have answers. And he doesn't tell me too much about it, but he told me enough about it when it happened. Like, okay, this is what happened. I just don't understand the process of life. It's almost like we're here to inspire and motivate. I don't mean to take his lines, hustle and motivate, right? But it's I don't understand life. I'm still trying to understand how that works. Like we get so far and then we're taken. It's like, you fulfill so much and then it's like, all right, you did your part, it's time to evolve. It's time to ascend, Nipsey's at peace. So, I know a lot of people wonder, oh man, is Nipsey at peace? Nipsey's at peace, y'all. The only thing Nipsey wants is to make sure that his family and his close friends are protected. He doesn't want anybody doing anything they'll regret. He wants to make sure that his brother knows that he's extremely proud of him. He doesn't always have to work. I don't know why he's saying that. He said, you don't always have to work. He's like, he wants him to breathe. Like, he's saying that he wants his brother to know that you're not going to, like, fall off. He feels like his brother has to continuously like this. On to next. We got to move. Because now he feels like the weight is on his shoulders. Like, okay, I got to handle this. Bro would want it this way. Bro would want it this way. And he's like, no. He says, you've already done enough. Wow. He's saying the marathon continues. You've done enough. Right? So this is like, when you're a marathon, it's saying you're not racing, So he's like kind of letting him know you need to take time for you. So I think he's kind of worried about his brother's like well-being. Like, take it easy. Like, I'm here and take it easy, champ. Like, just chill. Like, take it slow. Spend some time with family. Take a break. He wants them to take a vacation. I'm hearing a family vacation. He wants them to take a family vacation together. He may give them a sign somewhere. He's saying somewhere near the water. So I don't know if that was something that was spoken about. I'm not sure, but he wants them all to get together and just kind of get a breather. I'm hearing put the businesses on autopilot, or have somebody that he knows is trustworthy run it while they go and they just get a breath of fresh air. He wants that for them. So I don't know how that's going to happen with COVID, but it's, that's what he wants for them. He wants them to have family time alone, just breathing and just kind of like, it's like I'm hearing just like rejuvenation, like just regenerize, just breathe, it's all going to be okay. Just breathe. He's saying he's very proud with the way things were done with the funeral. He loved it. He said that, that was respectable. He loved it. He's saying his family hasn't done anything wrong. Like, I don't know if there's somebody that's questioning, oh, did we do this right? Would he have liked this? Nah, he's happy. He's really happy about that. He just wants to make sure that I'm here thinking straight. Make sure you're thinking straight. He doesn't want anybody weaseling their way into their circle. He's very big on that. He's like showing me a visual of his sister, and that he's trying to protect her. He's saying it's okay to cry. Like, it's okay to express your emotions, to feel those emotions, and then to bounce back. It doesn't make you weak. But he's showing them, like, sometimes he'll show me visuals of people. But he's talking about his immediate family and his parents, his siblings, his wife, his girlfriend. I'm not sure if him and Lauren were married or not. But Lauren, he's showing me like Lauren. He's showing me his kids, his baby boy and his baby girl. And he's, and his granny, he's showing me his granny. So it's like, he's looking at his mom, his dad. He's looking at his dynamics, his family, those that he held like really close. There's other people around, but those are just the faces that he's showing me. And he just wants them to know that he loves them so much. And there, I don't know why it just feels like someone saying, oh, we got to do this. We can do more. We can do this. We can do this. He's like kind of wanting them to let them know that you're doing enough. Like, it's enough for me. Like, it's all right. Like, you don't have to overwork yourself. You don't have to overcompensate for anything. But there's something about Sam. There's something that he's trying to get to Sam. There's something that I don't know if there's something. I'm pretty sure there was something that he wanted to say to Sam. I know for sure that he told me in the past that he wanted to tell Sam that he loves him, and that sometimes, as men, you don't always express things, so, emotionally, like you don't say it so too often, but he really wanted to express how much he loved his brother, his admiration for his brother, and his respect for his brother. And he really loves his brother, you guys. Like, I'm getting a vision of him. He just wants to hug his brother, like a big hug, and not know, what we used to see in our cousins and brothers doing. Hey man, no, he's not talking about that pull in. He's talking about a big hug, like a bear hug, like a really long bear hug, like a real hug. Talking about I love you, like I love you. You're enough. He's enough. He really loves his brother. Not saying that he loves everybody else, but there's an emphasis on his brother right now. And it's always been that way. Like, even when I first communicated with him, there's something that he just wanted to express to his brother. And I still don't feel like that's been completely expressed. So, I wouldn't be shocked if some point soon, or even down the line, Nipsey's going to somehow try to find a way to get to his brother. He's trying. He's saying that they can't trust everybody, but they know that. He said, but he doesn't want him to live heartless. He doesn't want him to live paranoid. But he does want them to have discernment, about who they work with, and who they bring into their circle and their family. But he's letting them know that he loves him so much. He loves all of them so much. But his brother, I think his brother is just very much someone he looked up to, you guys. He just, his brother, he's proud of him, just proud of all of them, the way they're handling it. It's like a very, it's like a triumphant feel. Like, yeah, that's me, like that's a part of my family. And he's like, they will be proud of me if they can see me. That's what I'm hearing him say. He said they'd be proud of me. So they haven't seen completely how he is right now. His soul is triumphant. Okay. And it's interesting because in some of his last songs, he kind of gave off like a regal vibe, especially Right Hand to God. he's kind of letting them know, those trumpets and horns, when you hear that, think of me, because it's a very it symbolizes like heaven, his introduction into heaven, into the higher realms. He's very regal in a way. It's kind of fitting that he's a Leo, very regal, very powerful, very strong, very encouraging. But his family needs to know that Nipsey's soul is a soul that goes on to help other people. Okay, this is a soul that reaches out to people and communicates with them and helps them with their life path. So Nipsey's job hasn't been, completely finished. He has done what he was supposed to do here on earth, but as a soul, he's still doing things to help people. And it's very, very powerful. I've never come across a soul like that. I don't know if I ever will. I'm actually quite confused by it. It's almost like he was, when you hear the term earth angel, I call my mom earth angel. I have it on her grave, right? Nipsey's kind of that vibe, the same league. But he's definitely much higher ranking than my mother. I know that, like very much high ranking, because he was able to talk to me and give me more information about my mother than my mother could give me about herself. And that scared me. I was like, who are you? Like, how do you have so much? He knows how to navigate. I don't know how he knows how to navigate in between. Well, old soul. He's gone through this before, if that makes sense. So Nipsey's soul, he's just high ranking. I would see him as something maybe like a reincarnated angel, someone who was here to go through all of that and show that there's a way out of, life. There's a way out of this hard life. There's a way out of, people telling you that you never gonna amount to nothing, and making it on your own, and showing the loopholes, and showing the lies about life, lies about the world. He brought a lot of truth to light. He showed you that there was a way to do things differently. Like, you don't have to be a slave. You don't have to be a slave to this matrix and to this system. And he was trying to get that across to people, trying to heal people, especially people in his community, which is why he never left. Okay, so he's a very honorable soul, a very respected soul, even in where he is. Okay, not just here, but where he is. All right, so this is a very wise soul who had a lot of, I'm hearing a lot of soul contracts. So take that how you like to see it. He's deep, man. He's really deep. He addresses me very warmly. I respect him. I'm grateful for him. I'm thankful for him. And I know a lot of people won't believe me, but I have never in my life came across a soul like this one. And I don't think I ever will. Love him and I respect him. And I thank him for helping me in my life. He really helped push me after my mom passed away. I was still trying to, get out of this. Really, I didn't want to live. He came through. I was having nightmares about my mom, y'all. He came through and he helped me. Let me know that wasn't real. My mom was good. He just came through and helped me. I don't know why he helped me, but he continues to help me to this day. Nipsey Hussle is nothing to play with. Ermias Joseph Asghedom is nothing to play with. He's saying something about, okay, so this is, I mentioned this before, but this is kind of like off, but he's saying, be careful what you name your children. Okay, he said, because there's power behind that frequency of the name. God will rise, right? So he's saying, give your children empowering names. I don't know, that's a side note, but he's very powerful, you guys. He's nothing to play with. I wouldn't compare him to anybody. Like he's no one can compare. You can't compare. So he's very powerful, y'all. And if you love and you respect Nipsey, honor his wishes, honor his family, give them their privacy and their respect. Spend from his store, rep his label, rep his music, light a candle for him, and just pray, keep his family, his children, and his businesses, his legacy in your prayers. Truly prolific. And I love him and I thank him. And I hope that this could, give you guys some insight on his soul, that he's done this a lot, and he's ancient. He's a very wise soul. He is very regal, very king, like a very high ranking. He's almost like a guide, okay? But he's an honorable ancestor. And if this is someone you want to leave offerings for, And if you feel guided to, and if it's okay with your spiritual team, then do so. But Nipsey's powerful. And like I said, he still comes through and talks almost like it's weird. Certain souls, when they pass on, you don't hear from them much anymore. And I hate saying that, but it's true. But Nipsey's not like that. Nipsey comes through and, you know, sometimes it's stronger than the other times. Sometimes he'll use his music to get your attention. Sometimes, you know, he'll use different signs to get your attention, but sometimes he'll just straight up talk. But once again, I'm a medium, so I'm kind of used to hearing, you know, or having dreams or visions or seeing different beings from different realms. But Nipsey's powerful. I must say, though, let me kind of reverse. When he first passed away, it was easy to see him. He was definitely like in between realms. I could see him. I could literally see him. Felt his presence in my home. My dogs could too. I could hear him. I could see him. But after a while, I knew he had kind of moved on more so to the higher realms because he wasn't easy to see anymore. So now when I do communicate with him, it's more of hearing him. He might give me a visual of him. But usually it's hearing him. He'll usually guide me to a video of his that he wants me to hear at a certain time if I'm feeling sad, or a story about him, or a certain song that he wants me to listen to. But he's very powerful, and his soul lingers. I don't know why he wants me to tell people that his soul does linger around LA. Even though what people don't know about souls is that they can be multiple places at multiple times. He's with his family and friends. And he is still in the higher realms, but he's able to kind of keep his essence, you know, in the places that he loved. So when people ride around LA, Crenshaw specifically, when you feel his energy, know that that's him. That's him. He's there, you know. I'm very much still protecting his community. Hope that can help.